Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Steele Wars Hyperchat for Wednesday, the 16th December 2020. Not many more sleeps, you guys, when that mystical creature brings presents. We love him. Disney Plus. The Mandalorian season finale. Oh my God, I haven't got it up. I just remembered. They Disney Plus, the Twitter at Disney Plus, or maybe it was at Star Wars, they posted up a sizzle for no new footage or anything, but just like all these connections lead to this. Dot, 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 dot. Very exciting. Very exciting. Hey to everyone in the chat. Hey to everyone that's watching live on Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube. Whatever device you are viewing this on, please, let's go algorithm. Click all the buttons. Obey and honor that algorithm. Please bump us up. We're growing. We are growing. We're about 300 subscribers off 5,000. And I had a look at this stat that half the people that watch us haven't subscribed. So come on, other half, subscribe, and then you won't miss stuff. Hey, we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. The High Republic creators talk about the Acolyte and how it links in to the High Republic. Patty Jenkins talks about the pressures she's putting on herself for Star Wars. She has to make a great Star Wars film. And Ming-Na Wen confirms that she will be portraying Fennec in the Bad Batch cartoon, which is a cool thing. Not totally unexpected, but it's a cool thing. You know what I'm saying? First up, I do want to talk about me coming to terms with the rematch of the century. Darth Vader and Ben Kenobi. I've been thinking about it quite a bit. And I have to fall back on, I often cynically say it, if they do it right. Now, sometimes it bugs me when people find little lines in Star Wars and use them sort of as Star Wars loopholes of like, oh, see, they can do this because of this one line that we're now making mean something else. And quite often it bugs me when people do that, like they're in Star Wars court and they're finding a little loophole in the storyline contract. People have been citing for this Obi-Wan Darth Vader rematch this line. Obi-Wan once thought as you do, from Return of the Jedi. Sam Carey says, I'm with you, Steele, if they do it right. Ah, oh, Chad Del Nista just subscribed. Thanks, buddy. Who is that Chad in your thumbnail? Is that the Drifter, the wrestler? Or is that someone else? Let us know. Kyle also says, yes, Steele, love it. Rematch will be done right. If it is done right and they call upon this line, they weave it into the storyline elegantly, I could buy it. I could buy it. And that would not have been me a week ago. It wasn't me a week ago, let me tell you, right there. Didn't even want him to leave Tatooine. But if we've got these Jedi hunters and maybe Obi-Wan thinks the best way to protect Luke Skywalker is to kill Darth Vader. Hey, I'm surprised myself, but I could be on board. They've rewritten the script. They've redone the whole thing. Sometimes that can mean good and bad. But I hope it does go down like that, and it does call upon that line from Return of the Jedi, because it would be so cool. It'd be, if it's done right, it could be a cool thing that will enrich that scene when you're like, after you watch the 4-part event series, you go, oh, can't wait to put on that Return of the Jedi and watch that scene again. So, Billy Davis says, yes, we love a round character Steele. What does that mean? Kyle Delaney's making a bit more sense, with also excited to see the Jedi Hunters. Matthew Mole says, no buys a week ago. I know it was no buys a week ago. Jared the Dark Jedi says, I hope Full Fat Videos is right. I'm not familiar with that channel. With the idea that Obi-Wan is maimed in some way and Vader gets back at him by taking his leg or something. Oh, ups the stakes in the way most fans wouldn't expect. Yeah, hey man, I don't want to chop anyone's legs off. I just want to watch the show. Billy Davis says a round character is someone that is willing to change. Mike Pappas says, no way, Jose. And I think Kessel Run, they said they heard the villains were going to be clone troopers. It's interesting. How they're going to work in Hayden's face, that I'd like to know. That I'd like to know. Hey, I posted up yesterday. I did a little rewatch of my Ryan Johnson interview when I was gassing to him about how excited I was about how Luke's going to ignite the green in The Last Jedi. And so I just put that up as a little edit on YouTube. So if you didn't watch that yesterday on yesterday's Hyperchat, go check out that separate video. It's like 5 minutes. Here's just a little peek at my commentary. Look at him. He can't look me in the eye. He can't look me in the eye. Look at me. Look at me in the eye. Johnson. Things get pretty heated. You know what I'm saying? Also, I was thinking, like, this Mandalorian series has been so full on this series with just like new things, major things getting injected into it, new characters and all that, that we forget about the things we were super hyped on like 4 weeks ago. So, lest we forget. He's got a sweater. He's got a sweater. He's got a sweater. Good times. Great memories this season. Thomas Sutton says that Ryan Johnson moment is magic. Will we see Vader's castle again? That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty damn cool. Hey, here's an article from Variety The Mandalorian, a hit so big even Netflix can respect it. And this is from 7 Park Data, shared exclusively for Variety. But audience share of top streaming titles in November, almost 30% or 29%. The Mandalorian, The Queen's Gambit rounds up to 20%. So Mandalorian, #1 streaming show in November by a third, according to this data. But of course, the data that matters is in those Disney Plus servers, because they know how many times you're clicking on that stuff. So the more clicks, the more projects, we're going to get. Hey, I was also thinking, and Kessel Run Transmission has heard rumors that confirm my suspicions, my theories, my hopeful theories, was in all those Disney Plus announcements, the 2 things that they hadn't announced that were closest to being released were not announced. So then they can show them next year, because there's going to be a fair gap. And there'll be another burst of energy about Disney Plus, and people will rejoice and stay subscribed, resubscribe. So it is my theory that, and these guys, like Kessel Run's heard rumors to confirm it, the High Republic cartoon and Boba Fett miniseries within the Mandalorian universe could come out next year. That's my hope. That's my hope. Sam Carey, I read this wrong. Would love for Yoda to be in Kenobi, whether it be a vision, dream, etc. I read it in the little chat thing as would love for Yoda to be a Kenobi. And I was like, whoa, what a theory. What a theory. John Bishop says, does anyone else think that Obi-Wan puts 2 and 2 together, Ari, Anakin, and leaves Tatooine to find Vader and fix his mistake as a master? Did Obi-Wan know his name was Darth Vader in Revenge of the Sith? Someone answer that. Someone answer that. Answer the question, chat. Come on. Sam Carey. Pass the time with this. Qui-Gon, Cody, and Yoda are all my top hopes for that series. Leisure says, I'm still thinking that in trying to make sure the Jedi Hunters don't detect Luke, that Obi-Wan will be forced to leave Tatooine, and in doing so will run into Vader. Yeah, I am close to that at the moment, but I don't want him to run into Vader. I want him to go for Vader. I don't want it to be a chance. I want it to be like, that's the mission. Obi-Wan's like, I'm going. I'm cutting the head off this snake. Sam Carey, yes, he did. He saw the recording. Okay, good. I thought there was a scene where he watched the tape. But yeah. Hey, so IO9, that's a website. Does plenty of good stuff. They were at the High Republic press day. Virtual, I'd imagine. Speaking to, okay, in a few weeks, the High Republic ushers in a bright new era of Star Wars storytelling. But last week, we learned that one of Lucasfilm's big new Disney Plus projects will show us a glimpse of its twilight in the form of The Acolyte, the new series being worked on by Leslie Headland. For the writers behind this adventure, the thought of more people playing in this space is anything but dark. And again, remember when all the concept artists were gushing about how proud they were to draw these Jedi and young Yoda and all that stuff. And I'm like, this is not this is for something that will be moving on a screen, for them to be this excited about it. So I still think what they're drawing is the animated characters, and it's got nothing to do with Acolyte, but it will feed in to the Acolyte's art direction. God, I hope there's a cartoon. This is definitely wishful thinking on my part. I would just enjoy the whole High Republic thing so much more with a cartoon, because I'm fickle. The reading or the listening, I don't know. Who has the time? That's why I've got Tom on Patreon. He just tells me what happens in every book on Page Wars. It's the best. It's the best. Let's get another robocall. Sorry. Pardon me on that. All right, so let's go. Speaking to IO9 at press day for the High Republic, the writers of the first wave of releases for the publishing initiative, Light of the Jedi's Charles Soule, Into the Dark's Claudia Gray, A Test of Courage's Justin Ireland, the High Republic's Carvin Scott, and the High Republic Adventures' Daniel Jose Older looked back at last week's announcement and pondered the thought of other people playing around in this setting they have come together to create. Or, do you know what I want to know? When they were doing that High Republic, camp, I think they did it maybe at Skywalker Ranch, was Leslie Headland in the corner? And they made sure they didn't show any footage of her in the background. That'd be cool to find out. Kind of like when George Lucas took that blurry photo with Grogu and Ahsoka was just to the side of stage. Oh, we've got to talk about that director. Hawes Burkhardt is a bad man. Remind me later on. I've got to talk about Hawes's prank he pulled on me about who was directing the final episode of The Mandalorian. For Lucasfilm Publishing's creative director, Michael Saglin, in part seeing the announcement of the Acolyte offered relief for the secret being out there. I think it's incredibly exciting. We've spent years building this era and working on this initiative, specifically Project Luminous, which is different from the Acolyte, and that's a good thing. But for him, it also means there is space to tell a wide variety of Star Wars stories within the framework of the High Republic as a setting 200 years before the prequel movies. I certainly got goosebumps to have the news out in the world, and working within this era has just been incredibly exciting. All we know of the Acolyte is that it is set in the last days of the High Republic era and will explore a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers. That's a radically different kind of story to the ones being told in the High Republic's opening salvo. See, we need the middle bit, the cartoon. Oh, Kevin, you don't want to know who Hawes tricked me, but I will tell you in a second. Marvel's Star Wars ongoing comic recently seeded the setting with Luke Skywalker exploring the ruins of a Jedi temple from the period. ILM's latest Oculus virtual reality game, Tales from Galaxy's Edge, includes a sequence where the player character flashes back to a High Republic Jedi's tutelage under a young Master Yoda, something older whose work in the High Republic Adventures deals with the Jedi Master, and a cast of young Padawans was very excited to see someone else play with. That is about it. They'll have more from their chat behind the people behind the High Republic soon at io9.gizmodo.com. There you go. Okay. no director on this Mandalorian. People, thank you, Johnny G. Horror's prank reminder. So they haven't listed the director of this episode, and it's like all the directors have used up their rumored amount of episode directing. So, you know, people are speculating who it will be. You know, if I had to put money down, someone said, you have to bet. We're giving you $50 credit. If it was $50 credit, I probably wouldn't really care who I'd probably go for a long shot. But anyway, if I really needed the money, I would go, it's going to be Jon Favreau. Did the first one, do the closing one. Some people, you know, and it would be just mind melting if at the end it said directed by George Lucas. That would be incredible. Hey, give me to have a banging episode, and you know, I'm pretty positive it's going to be banging, like when every other episode's pretty bloody good. So yeah, banging episode, fade to black. Fans around the world love it. Just love what they've just seen. And then it says directed by Rian Johnson, and then they have to deal with bias and stuff like that. That would be pretty sweet. George Cooley says George Lucas is directing the episode. Braxton says I'm directing the finale. That's how this works, right? Kyle Delaney asks a good question. Who would be the director to reintroduce Luke? Ignite the green. Ignite the green. Don't forget, you can get a sticker pack. $5 patron first month. You get like this and all these other stickers. Like that one. Yub nub. Anyway, links down there. Whatever. What do we got in the chat? Leidra just says, I love your idea, Steele. I saw some of Leidra's artwork on Twitter today, and she's got skills. Kyle says, would love RJ. Danny Radford said, you're a troll, Steele. I love it. No, why wouldn't I want the guy that wrote and directed one of my favorite Star Wars movies to direct one of my favorite Star Wars shows? I'm all about this injecting Rian Johnson stuff. I know I'm off the tangent on the Horror's prank, but I'll get there. Actually, no, we're going to talk about Patty Jenkins in a second. So I'll talk about my Rogue Squadron. God, I'm going to do that the whole time. Theory then. But, okay, so Horrors. DMs me, King Tom, and Emily Lind, right? And says, oh, hey, I know who's directing the finale. And we're all like, oh, who is it? And he says, guys, it's not great. And I've listened to so much Horrors on Blue Harvest and you know, talking to him on the podcast, the Star Wars Year by Year podcast. No. Yeah, the Star Wars, the podcast, Year by podcast, whatever. That I can hear what he's typing. And it's like, guys, it's not great. And I'm like, oh no, who's it going to be? Tell us, Horse, how bad can it be? Zack Snyder. And then he says, oh, it's from this, you know, guy that told me about these other things that happened in The Mandalorian that came true. So his track record's really good. And I'm just like, oh, if they do it right, And then we were also like glum about it. He broke and said he was just joking. But so what? He seems nice on the podcast. Not so nice. Not so nice at all. Not so nice at all. Just, I tell you what it was. It was up.
Okay.
It's a vibe check.
That is a major vibe check.
I'm majorly checked right now.
I was checked. I was checked. Gavin Cooley says Zack Snyder is an amazing director. I don't want his style in Star Wars. So it's just, that's just that. I know he's got his fans and they are very passionate. Hey, yahoo.com. That's a website. They're doing stuff. Classic. Yahoo. Whew. Up the Yahoo in yahoo.com. What are the OG sites? Should have a little thing. Welcome back, Steele. It's been decades. David Lorenzo says a Snyder Force Unleashed film would be rad. See, that's the other. I don't like the Force Unleashed, that style of Star Wars at all. So, yeah, that's at the other end of the spectrum for me. Anyway, so Yahoo Entertainment, still entertaining after all these years. Patty Jenkins talks groundbreaking Rogue Squadron gig. I feel a huge amount of pressure to make a great Star Wars film. Patty Jenkins continues to blast through Hollywood's highest glass ceilings. With 2017's Wonder Woman, Jenkins became the first female director of a major studio superhero movie. Now, with the announcement that she'll helm Rogue Squadron, Jenkins will become the first woman ever to helm a Star Wars movie. To Jenkins, though, it's all about the work and specifically the quality of that work. Yes. I feel a huge amount of pressure to make a great Star Wars film, of course. The fan base is amazing and massive, and that's no small task. That's really what I think about. Jenkins, 49, told Yahoo Entertainment during an interview promoting the new sequel, Wonder Woman 1984. It's an interesting bit. Jenkins, there's stuff about Wonder Woman there. December 25, Christmas Day, Wonder Woman, HBO Max, or in cinemas. There you go. Just helping out, helping the Warner Brothers algorithm. It's good of me. Respect the algorithm, everyone. Like, thumbs up. Do it. Jenkins also revealed how her partnership with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy came to be. It began when the filmmaker visited the set of last year's Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. We were friendly with each other. I share a lot of the same crew, so we were friends, and I had gone over there and been on set when they were doing that last Star Wars, while we were doing Wonder Woman. Our sets were friendly. Rogue Squadron will follow the missions of a new group of elite Rebel Alliance starfighter pilots. Historically, the fleet was first introduced during the Battle of Yavin in the 1977 original Star Wars and later appeared as Rogue Group in The Empire Strikes Back. Their name was first introduced in 1995 with Dark Horse Comics' Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron series, though it was later revealed to be a tribute of the martyrs who took down the Death Star in the movie spin-off prequel. Rogue One. It was revealed. Okay. Did they talk about the other? This is a good way to wrap up. What happened was Lucasfilm just approached me and asked if I ever would be interested, and I just said it would really depend on what the story was. I just always want to make sure I feel I can make an amazing movie. And when they said Rogue Squadron, I almost gasped because I couldn't believe that they were so wise to know that somehow that's exactly what I've been dying to do for so long because of my past and growing up around fighter pilots. It really is a movie I've been dying to make. I spent years trying to make a movie about Chuck Yeager, so this is just a huge honor to get to take this on. Love it. Love it. But the mystery co-writer, she said, we talked about this yesterday, she doesn't want to mention it. She wants him to have his own announcement. Could it be Rian Johnson? Oof. 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 Don't know. But I'll ask this guy if he knows. He doesn't seem to know. And finally, in our little news roundup, this is from Cbr.com. Is that comic book resources? Star Wars: The Mandalorian star confirms Bad Batch role. Mandalorian's Ming-Na Wen confirms she will reprise her role as Fennec Shand for Disney Plus' Star Wars: The Bad Batch animated series. Cool as. I hope she has more to do in the recording session than she does doing ADR on The Mandalorian. I like that the acting she does with her looks that says a lot. But it is cool. This is with an interview from StarWars.com. Do you know how long I've had to keep silent about Fennec coming back? Wen said with a laugh in an interview with StarWars.com. This is the first time I've been able to talk about it. The thought that they planned that out in The Mandalorian Chapter 5, The Gunslinger, starring Toro Calican, portrayed by Jake Carnival, that they planned out her return all the way back then. I love it. It's delicious. I like having these hints and then thinking about them and knowing some of them will mean something. So rewarding. After recovering, Shan, and despite appearing in the sizzle reel, the Bad Batch executive producer Dave Filoni insisted Wen keep her participation in the animated series a secret for several days following Disney Investors Day. She says, Dave, if you wanted to keep it a secret, you shouldn't have put me in the trailer, Wen recalled. Everybody is saying they just want the confirmation. So yes, it is Fennec. It's a younger Fennec, and she is voiced by me, and I'm thrilled and beyond happy that Dave wanted to create more of a backstory for her. Love the integration. This is, very exciting. That makes me more exciting for the Bad Batch. Jim Grote says, would love a Chuck Yeager type in the Rogue Squadron film. Really hope it's a role for Dennis Lawson as Wedge. That'd be pretty cool. Rich Cruel Sugar. Patty, please get Chris Pine in the movie. I would like to see Chris Pine in a Star Wars movie. I'm surprised this hasn't happened. I reckon he's holding out for a meaty role. Darren Aquino says, if there is one realistic cameo I want in Star Wars, it's Patton Oswalt. He's got to end up in Star Wars. Has he been in Marvel? Has Patton Oswalt been in Marvel yet? Come on, chat. Oh, I could actually just Google it. Patton Oswalt. Marvel. Oh, wow. This says he's portrayed 4 people. Oh, it's all Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, that is very confusing. Okay, so he's been in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as 4 different characters. Patton Oswalt is one of the actors who have portrayed multiple characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's the only actor to portray 4 different characters who aren't background characters. That is odd. Kyle Delaney says surprise director means something big is going to happen. I don't know. I don't want to set everyone's expectations too high. Sam Carey says he plays like 6 characters in the Shield. He's versatile. Patton Oswalt should be the key to the Marvel Star Wars crossover. No. Alidra says, I love Patton Oswalt. So do I. I've oh, she's correcting her spelling. That's fine. I've been a fan for like 15 years. I saw him not far from here in a benefit gig in a bar with like 100 people, and we had a scotch together afterwards, and he was delightful. And now he's just mega famous. Hey, it's Wednesday. Tomorrow is the night before The Mandalorian, and wait, where's my phone? Corey texted me. Let's find out when this I don't know what's happening. Check your local guides. We'll do the hyper chat anyway at 4, and then I'm going to do a bit of a Mandalorian pre-show, and maybe we can take you guys can Skype in or Zoom in, video in, and we can hype up for the Mandalorian. So I will set the like the streams up today with those times. So the normal hyper chat will be at 4, 7 Eastern, and then tomorrow night for the Mandalorian pre-show, probably like 2 hours before Mandalorian start time, we'll do a stream just to burn up the energy, because it's going to be hype. Then we'll go to stream right after the Mando. Then the round table on Saturday night, and it will be a huge one. Leidra says, oh, Steele, who's the bobblehead that you have over there with the guitar next to Chewie who doesn't stop talking? Lol. So be careful. Okay, so this one, just before I go, this is of my friend Paul Dempsey, who actually does the theme music. The dun, 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 dun. Like he made that in a shockingly small amount of time using a bunch of instruments, including, I believe, a kazoo. So anyone in Australia would know Paul Dempsey from Something for Kate. And then the other one next to it, these are the only 2 bobbleheads. I think I've got 2 Snoke ones as well, is Milo Ackerman from The Descendants, my favorite band. That, because I was tough, I got their little logo on my little arm. And it hurt like hell. Tattoos, let me tell you, 0 buys. 0. I'm not built for that sort of stuff. I am soft. Very soft. I remember when I was getting this, and it felt like a million hornets just going at me. And this guy that was like head to toe was getting some colors filled in next to me. I am like almost in tears. And he's just sitting there like reading. So it was just very soft. Very, very soft. Ah, yes. Harmonious Discord. They know what I'm talking about. Milo. Jordan Taylor says something for Kate. Yes. Okay. Sam Carey, I love this. Click the like button. 32 people watching haven't clicked it. Come on! That's it. I'm going to yell at you the way I yell at. This is how, if you haven't clicked that like button yet, this is for you. Look at him. He can't look me in the eye. He can't look me in the eye. Look at me. Look at me in the eye. Johnson. No, you. That hasn't clicked like. Look at me. Don't know if it's the recording or not yet. Whew. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so aggressive. It was a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, we're getting silly now. Hey, make sure you are subscribed because, as I say, we've got 2 streams tomorrow. 1 stream straight after Mandalorian again. And then Saturday night, we're doing the big round table. And who knows what will pop up. We'll have a rapid fire reaction as well. So be a part of it. Thanks for everyone that does help the algorithm, because it actually, just the comments in that, it gets more people to see it. And the more people that get to see it, the more time I can spend doing it. So more content, better content. And then it snowballs, apparently. Apparently. That's the theory. But anyway, this podcast has gone on, or this stream, whatever it is, content, it's gone on
long enough.
So may that force be with you.